How are you doing? I'm so happy to see all of you. I apologize for yesterday. I was all over the place in my mind. It was the first anniversary of my mom's death. And yeah, I couldn't string two sentences together. All I could do was yell at my husband all day while we were doing errands. Poor guy. Oh, well, how's everybody doing? I wanted to share a little bit about my experience going to a smart recovery meeting. It's a lot like what I'm wanting to do here. Crosstalk allowed. I even heard some F bombs dropped. I'm like, yes. And it was great because there were people in, all stages of recovery, including, a recent, lapse person who lapsed or relapsed or, and so yeah, it was really, really good. Um, I got a lot out of it. I felt like I'd had a meeting, and I was late, because we had been out all day, and the last thing we did was get hay, and then we get home and there's stuff to do, and I just couldn't pull away from here fast enough to be there on time. But I'm hoping that will be different next week, and I'm also hoping to avail myself of some of the online resources. I don't know what pulled a candy means, but I'll I guess I'll hear about it. How's everybody? Seriously, everybody doing good? Everybody on the mend from everything they need to be on the mend from? Yes. Take notes because I learn all the time. Yeah, yeah. Well, and they hand out worksheets, so I'll have plenty of stuff to take notes on. But I brought my handbook with me, so that I could take notes. But I was just going to read a little bit from picking up where I had left off. And then I just had a few little things to share. And then, y'all can share any way you want to, either coming on live or here in the chat. And we'll just visit and we'll have a meeting over whatever y'all need a meeting for. All right. So we left off at Can Smart help me? The only way you'll know for sure is to try. Our meetings are designed to deal with pressing needs of participants. Trained facilitators lead all of our meetings. Our facilitators either have gone through recovery or have a strong desire to help those who are in recovery. All meetings have volunteer medical or mental health advisors. They don't attend meetings but are available to help facilitators with difficult meeting issues. That's amazing. Seriously, that's amazing. Smart Recovery Online. You can get confidential support and information from the Smart Recovery Online, SROL, community when you can't or don't want to attend a meeting or just want another way to connect with others in recovery. We have an active and robust online presence. There are meetings, a chat room, a message board that are monitored by trained volunteers. There also is extensive information about SMART and our tools and current information for participants, family and friends, teens, and for volunteers and facilitators. To sign up for SROL, go to our website, which I'm assuming is here somewhere. I can post it in the comments, the main website after this. To sign up for SRL, go to our website and click on the message boards link on the home page and follow the instructions. Okay, so the message board is after you sign up for SROL, we invite you to introduce yourself in the welcome area message board. The main parts of the message boards are discussions and tools and resources. The classic posts section is an archive of some favorite posts from the past. Many people join one or more of the daily check-in groups. There also are forums for specific substances and behaviors, opiates, smoking, eating disorders, self-harm, etc., as well as for specific situations clients, family and friends, dealing with grief, recovering to parenthood, healthcare providers, etc. The chat room is open all day, every day, because there are online participants from all over the world. There is usually always someone in the chat room. Upon entering, you may find the conversation casual and lighthearted, but if you have an issue or want information, let the room know. Recovery comes first, and the focus of the discussion will change. That's amazing, too. That's amazing. Meeting rooms. These are where our online meetings happen. There are many meetings each day. Check the drop-down menu at the top of every smart web page for a meeting schedule. Some of the meetings are text only, and some are in the voice meeting room where you can participate either by talking over your computer's microphone or by typing like you do in text-only meeting rooms. And in the chat room, you're welcome to attend any online meeting. And because you are new to SMART, we encourage you to try out one of the meetings geared toward new participants. Each SROL meeting lasts 90 minutes and is hosted by a trained volunteer facilitator. The online library is an excellent place to find SMART tools, worksheets, strategies, and methods. Many newcomers print and complete the cost-benefit analysis CBA worksheet. You also will find links to our podcasts and YouTube videos. Cool. And to the Smart Recovery blog, which we continually update with relevant articles and posts. The basic terms. SMART uses a lot of acronyms and phrases. Here are the most common. For a complete list, see Appendix A, which is in here somewhere. But the main ones are abstinence, which is defined as stopping all use of a substance such as alcohol or drugs, or a compulsive behavior such as sex or overeating. Obviously, if you compulsively overeat, you can give up food. You can't give up food, but you can define abstinence as not engaging in compulsive overeating. Chapter 2 addresses this in more detail. Act out, which is engaging in the compulsive behavior you want to stop. If you compulsively cut yourself, then you're acting out when you cut into your body with a sharp object. If you spend money compulsively, signing up for a new credit card or spending hours on shopping websites may be how you act out. Addictive behavior. Any substance use or activity, gambling, sex, spending, etc., that you are abstaining from or are considering abstaining from. Craving. The thought of doing the behavior you're trying to give up. And I love these next two. Lapse. Sometimes called a slip. It's a brief return to old behavior. Someone who's abstained from gambling for several years lapses when she plays an online gambling game or spends an hour, maybe even a weekend, gambling in Vegas. Relapse. A maintained return to the old behavior. If she goes back to her old gambling behavior by repeatedly playing online games or making trips to the nearest casino, that is a relapse. And I love that they have a distinction there, because we can really get down on ourselves for relapsing. I mean, I have some behaviors that I'm dealing with right now that I've had lapses and relapses in for years. So, but I love the difference here, and that is a distinction. Okay, and so trigger is any cue, a smell, image, event, sound, time of day, etc., that triggers an urge which drives a person to act out, which is, of course, doing the thing that we're trying to abstain from, or, yeah, isn't that right? Engaging in the compulsive behavior you want to stop. This doesn't mean a trigger automatically leads to acting out. However, many of our irrational thoughts and excessive emotions may be connected to those triggers, especially in the early stages of recovery. Triggers, also called cues, are associations that spark urges. For example, driving past his favorite bar may trigger an urge to drink for someone who has a problem with alcohol. A woman suffering from Compulsive sexual behaviors may feel an urge triggered by the smell of a certain brand of aftershave. Urge. A strong, compelling desire to do the behavior you want to abstain from. Using. A common term that refers to substance abuse but can apply to any addictive behavior. We use when we engage in any compulsive behavior to escape our discomfort. Tools, exercises, and strategies. Throughout this handbook, there are items marked tool, exercise, or strategy. These are smart aids that may be very helpful in your recovery. Okay, and that'll leave us starting out for in chapter 2 next time. All right, and I've had some thoughts. I heard a lot of people talking about meditating, and that's one I struggle with because I am so hyper that sitting still drives me out of my gourd. For real. I just to try to sit still and breathe and I just that's going to be a struggle for me if I ever decide that that's something that I actually want to look into actually doing, which I have in the past, but there's just been little reward in it for me. It's mostly just made me antsy. But I do tend to meditate when I'm kind of engaged in an activity that's either creative or that's productive, such as like this morning I did a video of the cleaning that I was doing, and it was very meditative. I was able to think about some things that I had, seen, observed in the meetings and heard in the meetings, which the first one was no judgment. I know that a lot of the recovery programs that are more traditional say that they are a no judgment zone, but it has not necessarily always been my personal experience that they have been a judgment free zone. That's I have felt extremely judged and extremely like defeated. I've had people say things to me that it's a wonder I didn't relapse in those meetings. And you know what? I'm not okay with that. And I will speak out about that every chance I get. Just putting that out there. Another thing that I have was kind of meditating on was the fact that I don't even know if this is a word, but I am not a monologuist. I do not have that kind of gift of gab. I am a conversationalist, which is why I liked those meetings because A, crosstalk allowed, B, cussing allowed. And when I say conversationalist, what I mean by that is I listen, I make it a point to actively listen, and try not to talk over people if I have something to offer to the conversation. And that is another part of it, is that I do also contribute when I feel that I must or that it's appropriate to, that kind of thing. All righty. But yeah, for now, meditation is just kind of something that I would consider puts me in a different place, a different headspace, a different heart space, just gets me that kind of centered and grounded feeling that I just never could get yesterday. This, I wore this yesterday and today. This was my mom's cross. She actually was wearing this when she passed. And, yeah, So yeah, anybody want to link in? Hit the link and come on in and visit. Candy, I know you do. Come on in. All right, I'm going to catch up on some of the chat here. Sounds like they have a lot of the kinks worked out and are organized. Yes, it does, doesn't it, Steve? Smart recovery is really great, Steve. I like the definition of lapse and relapse too. That is useful. Especially the way that we punish ourselves for messing up in any way, shape, or form. We tend to be so hard on ourselves, which is probably what led us into our behaviors that we're now in recovery from. Just a guess. Don't wallow in it. Get up and dust off. Yeah, for real, Steve. Like, I love that actually. Do I have a Venmo or Cash App, hun? No, I don't. All I have is PayPal. I don't think I really want to do the Cash App or the Venmo thing. I've heard some things that kind of scare me about those things. So more helpful than AA or NA, in my opinion. Yeah, I would say. One meeting, and I've already gotten more out of this program than I ever did in 7 straight months of the other that shall not be named. We'll just call it Voldemort. Lord Voldemort. Does that work for everybody? I meditate on petting my cat. Yes, of course. I'm basically the same. I couldn't talk to a camera by myself. I need the back and forth. Yeah, I do too. Oh, hey, there you are. Let me click you on in here, Candy.
Ta-da! Now, folks, if this works and we actually manage to pull this one off, you'll see it on both of our channels. We're not going to promise anything, though.
That's right.
At this point, we're working out kinks.
So it should post at least to my channel, and you should be able to grab it.
Well, let's hope it posts to somebody's channel, right?
Yeah. It should. It has been consistently. It's never not posted.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Is I can go into your stream and grab it and then post it on my community tab. But
right.
Let's hope we figured this out so that we're both gonna get this on our channel.
That's all right, Christy. She's not home, so she doesn't have her set up. I'm trying to get caught up on the chat here. That's what I call my ex. Or Lord Moldy Shorts.
Moldy Shorts! That's cute, Christy. That is hilarious.
That's great.
I love it.
Gotten more out of you just describing it than other meetings. Thank you, Steve. For real. I mean, I got a lot out of it just even reading it,
Yeah, smart recovery is one of the things that we promote heavily here in Maine because it's been so much more beneficial.
Right on. So you've
done like I've dabbled in it here and there enough to be able to recommend it to people that I coach.
Okay.
But I got to get back into that too. I haven't done that in a while.
Right on.
But it's like you and I were talking about last night, and I really wish this meeting we had last night would have.
I do too.
Published because.
And that was so strange because I actually literally went into YouTube and watched us live
and made a comment.
It's baffling.
That's what I don't understand. You typed a comment. You and I both watched it in real time, and it's nowhere. It's nowhere, guys.
Yeah.
It's just nowhere.
Yeah.
But what I was saying last night, and I'll bring it back so everybody knows what we were talking about, is at least in Maine, I can't speak everywhere. I mean, I could generally speak in California because I was born and raised there and did a lot of AA there because of somebody I was dating, but that's another story we'll go into those weeds about later. My point is this.
Right on.
In Maine, people that utilize medication-assisted therapy, that's your Suboxone, your Sublocade, your methadone, all of it. Medication-assisted treatment.
Okay.
And if you're one of those patients and you choose to go to an AA or NA meeting, don't even say the word Suboxone, methadone, don't do it.
Yeah.
Because if you will watch in real time what a real life lynch mob looks like, and they will make you so uncomfortable you'll never come back.
That's just wrong on every level possible.
Never mind that both groups' literatures both clearly state that medication is an outside issue between you and your doctor, and they don't get involved. Believe me, they do. I have seen it myself. I've had it happen to me, so I'm not making it up. You and your doctor, and they don't get involved. Believe me, they do. I have seen it myself. I've had it happen to me, so I'm not making it up. You and your
No.
doctor, and they don't get involved. They do.
How you
Do I have a
doing,
mic?
Steve?
Hi, Steve.
Do I have a mic on?
I'm not making it up. You've got something playing. I can hear myself twice.
Playing on YouTube. How you doing?
Hi, Steve.
Hi.
Computer
Do I have
on
a mic
YouTube or your phone, whichever one.
You've got
That'll take
something
you.
playing. I can hear myself twice.
Playing on YouTube.
Yeah, I'll turn it down.
Steve.
Hi.
Yeah. Just turn it on. That'll take you.
I can hear myself twice.
Playing on YouTube.
Yeah, I'll turn it down.
Feedback. That's great. Okay. I think we got it. I don't hear an echo.
I was gonna help. Trust me, the world doesn't need to hear two candies. One of me is enough.
So what's going on, Steve? How are ya?
I'm good. I'm just sitting here trying to recover from some plumbing problems,
Oh,
and we can just do that.
oh.
You're talking to a plumber's kid, so yeah, we're gonna leave it at that because I'm sure you and I could turn that conversation real ugly.
Go sideways quick.
Sideways, up and down, back and forth, whichever way you want it to go.
You know, the thing you were talking about earlier about eating, I replaced alcohol with food, and I went up over 400 pounds, and I'm back down to 208.
Oh, geez, you and I are the same size.
Wow.
Remember that when you want to pass down clothes, I'll take them off.
So, how long did it take you to get back down to that weight?
I had bariatric surgery. It took about a year.
Okay. Right on. Yeah, and especially online shopping. It's my major dopamine hit, and I'm having to really deal with it because I have ramped up.
Days up and down, back and forth, whichever way you want it to go.
This last hurrah panic thing, like, I'm going to quit tomorrow, and so I better live it up today kind of thing, like we do in addiction, and so that, and I've also got another kind of a compulsive thing that I do of pulling my hair, and I don't really know what I'm going to be able to do about that. I've had it since I was a teenager.
I was gonna say, I play with my hair all the time too.
Yeah, but I actually pull mine and pull it out.
I used to leave scabs in my head from scratching.
Ooh.
Like right on the crown of my head. I think it was a stress response to everything because I would literally leave at least quarter size sores in my head just from scratching.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm thankful to have something to turn to that will help me address this, because I'm on my 8th therapist now, and she's been good for me as far as helping me get a strategy for organizing my home, which has been in complete chaos. It's been hurricane, tornado, everything zone, earthquake, you name it. It looks like every natural disaster known to man has hit my house, and I know
that particular storm must have came through mine too.
Well, I know that some of it was grief. I was starting to address it, when Mom passed. She was 95 and a half, but it still came as a surprise. It was not one of those things where she was in hospice or she was playing her saxophone like a week or two before she passed.
That's
She would
awesome.
still go out on the front porch every single day and shooting chickens away from the plants and hanging out with the goats and the pig Billy Bob and the dogs and, waving at the neighbors. And, so it just was not expected. But, then after the fact, I started realizing the little signals that were there, that we were getting to that place. But it was just very sudden. She was great health-wise, especially all that she was dealing with until she wasn't. And then when she wasn't, gone.
Then it just went quickly.
And music is good therapy too, especially if you play something.
Yeah. Yeah. And I have the room that I filmed today that I just cleared out, that had been stacked up to here. All the stacks were blocking me from my piano. And so now I can get to my piano. And so, yeah, I plan on doing that.
Got mine in, Christy. Got mine in.
And hair pulling is called trichotillomania. Trichotillomania. My mom and daughter have it. Okay. Yeah. I probably have had it since I was a kid. You don't pay as much
you
attention.
can see I'm doing it now.
Adult, and you're having to support yourself.
I don't have the hair to do it.
Don't give me any ideas. I am not opposed to shaving this off. I tell you that much.
I've done that too. I have had periods in my life that I just shaved my head.
I've had this.
When I met my husband 20 years ago.
You were in the military?
Yeah, I was in for 4 years.
Thank you for serving, sir.
You're welcome, ma'am. And I just kind of stuck with it. It's easy to take care of. You can
it is.
You can comb your hair with a wet washcloth and be done with it.
If you even need that.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I met my husband 20 years ago, if we were standing back to you, you didn't know which one of us was a man or which one of us was a woman. Our hair was both that short. I miss it.
If you uncover the plumbing, you can figure that out pretty quick.
Right on.
Yeah, but who the hell wants to expose your plumbing to everybody?
Not me.
Certainly not me in this day and age.
Woo. Yeah. I can't even think about dating. Oh my God. If anything were to happen and my relationship goes off the rails, folks, you're going to hear it here first, last and foremost. I'm going to be single for the rest of my life.
Candy, I'm sure you're too
and I'm
young
okay
to
with that.
this, and this is nothing against Carol, but I caught the tail end of streaking when that was.
Oh, okay.
People did that, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they really did.
I thought that was made up fable.
No, it was.
I feel so ignorant. Ignorant. Man, I would have been right in my element with those people.
That was
no shirt, no shoes, good to go.
Yeah, it's an immediate conversation starter.
Indeed.
Or the creation of a police state, whichever way you look at it.
Things like get yourself arrested and things like that.
Especially on Halloween.
Huh?
Yeah, don't do it on Halloween night.
I was just going to say that would be interesting. If I didn't live in Maine, I'd probably try to pull it off, but yeah, I'm not going to do that for Halloween in Maine.
Michigan, so you got to pick your seasons.
Bye. No, thank you.
But yeah, I think wasn't that the kind of the thrill of it, the challenge of it is to keep from getting arrested.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
That sounds to me like what it would be.
Was right.
Pre-plot your escape plans and everything. Yeah.
Okay.
Try to make the police that are arresting you feel completely uncomfortable, so they just want to walk away.
Yeah.
They don't.
Went down that road. It didn't work real well.
They don't do that.
It's like, you're going in cuffs. I don't care if your butt's showing to the world or not.
No. I don't even know how this degenerated to that so quickly.
I don't either. A tall group of weeds.
They still streak at sports games. Really?
Yeah.
Do they really?
They really do.
Are you, Christy? You're joking.
No. Usually involves quite a few beverages, but
I'm sorry. Do you see the look on my face? I am stunned right now. They really do that? You guys are, you gotta be joking.
They up until about 20 years ago, they were still doing it here at certain types of games too.
See, I'd be afraid somebody would chuck a glass bottle at me.
Yeah, it's there are some dangers involved besides getting arrested.
I mean, I do know, and I've heard it on the news. I could be wrong, but
I'm digressing.
I have heard of glassing incidents at sports games over in the UK. So
yeah,
that would be one reason why I'd keep my clothes on. If you're gonna throw something of glass at me, I at least want it to bounce off my shirt, not my bare back.
They throw batteries here at baseball games.
Really?
Yeah.
they throw what?
Batteries. Like,
That's what I thought you said.
yeah,
Why?
like at players that they hate, they'll throw a battery at them hoping they'll hit them.
Isn't that assault? Is that not assault?
Well, they go to jail.
Well, they should.
I was gonna say, how the hell do you eat?
They could put an eye out.
Yeah, paid $50 for a seat in a baseball game and got chucked out in the second inning because they brought the wrong pitcher in.
Oh man.
They don't serve glass at stadiums in Australia. Good. I'm glad.
I've been to a
That makes me happy to hear.
They still serve in glass at our games?
No.
Okay.
Well, no, I think all of our stadiums are either styrofoam or plastic cup now.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
And they come in like a gallon size if you want it.
Okay.
It's like all those weirdos throwing things at musicians on stage. Let's not even get into that. That is so ridiculous. It's not even funny.
Genre
that one bothers me a lot. Like a lot.
Yeah. I love going to concerts, and let me tell you what, about the first time I saw somebody throw something at the performer on stage, I'm going to be the one going to jail because I'm going to be beating that person's ass.
Yeah.
Oh. Well,
I mean, how much more disrespectful can you be? You pay?
Well, I'm telling you.
To go throw your phone at somebody.
It's more women than men that throw things at concerts.
Huh. Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah. The last two musicians that got hit,
I think you do.
It was a woman that threw the phone both times.
Oh.
That's what BB Rexa. I don't know if you remember hearing about her getting hit on stage. A woman actually threw her cell phone at the performer.
Yeah, I think
hoping that the performer would take a picture and chuck the phone back to her. Nope, it hits BB Rexa in the eye, and the woman ends up with 3 stitches. When did we start acting so terrible?
But when everything revolved around views and likes and subscribers and things like that, that's when we started getting stupid.
Yeah.
Harry Styles catches things now. Well, that's good. Good protection for him. And it's sad that it's that common. That's not even right.
No, it isn't.
I'm amazed at how easy it was to get on a live stream. I have a young lady that's. Can I mention another channel here?
Absolutely.
The Lifeboat.
If it's recovery, we love the Lifeboat. We are boaters.
She his secretary wants to put me on the air with him.
Okay.
Do it.
Good. Yeah, that'll be good. I mean,
I see Steve almost every morning, so.
well, that'll be good. I have some catching up to do on the lifeboat. I watched the Johnny one this morning, and so I've
What'd you
got
think?
catching up to do.
He's still recovering. He's still broken.
You know, I've been concerned, and I don't even know him that well. I haven't even been on the lifeboat that long, but I could see it, and I was concerned. You know?
Yeah, he's still shaking it off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know what. I'm hoping that they have a strategy for getting him through whatever this is.
Well, I hope he's not watching, but his strategy right now is dump everything on Quiet Girl and letting her do it.
Well, she signed up for it.
Yes, she did, and she loves her job.
Yeah, she does.
And anytime, Quiet Girl, Karen, anytime you need backup, this girl right here. Don't let that phone get too heavy.
Behind me. Get line behind me. I've volunteered for everything I can.
There you go. There you go, babe.
I don't have trouble
Thank
talking
you.
to anybody. I will do what you need me to do.
Right on. Yeah. You know, I was hoping we'd see Lemmy here today.
Lemmy might still be upset with me.
He put Lemmy back in his username. So, yeah.
Lemmy, if you hear us, we would love for you to come back. I'm sorry if I offended you, but I legitimately was starting to feel attacked, and I'm sorry.
And I'm not smart enough to put a screen name on. I just use my own name.
Right on. Right on. It's I'm hoping he has not left. You know, I know he's going through stuff. I know he is, and you know, and so I can overlook a lot of things because I know what's going on.
Well, I completely identify with that. I've had seven pretty serious heart surgeries. I have an LVAD, which is an artificial heart pump, and AICD that shocks your heart back into rate.
Yes.
4 weeks ago, shocked me 17 times in an hour.
Woo!
So I'm in my head quite a bit about every time my head does a little flutter.
Woo. That sounds very intense.
There are no words to describe it.
I'm sure.
Does struck by lightning even come close?
Yeah, that comes close. Yep, it is. So, but it's not a prolonged shock. It's a pop, and then it's done.
We'll see you next time, Christy.
Yeah. Thanks for showing up.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming.
Yes.
Breakfast. It's dinner time here in Michigan.
Yeah, she's in Australia.
It's just about 8 o'clock. She was
Lemmy, are you
telling me before we went live.
I didn't mean to talk about you. I'm not trying to talk about you behind your back. I want to know if you're here. And I want you to know that I still love you. And I'm still going to be pestering you.
Yeah. Sometimes we need pestering. I mean, I've been married 29 years. Don't think that pestering doesn't work.
It does. It works great.
Yes. So, yeah. So that's all that was about, is I just want you to know, Lemmy, I don't care if you're mad at me. I don't care what the deal is.
We still love you.
Getting back on topic though, that smart recovery sounds awesome.
It does, doesn't it?
I was involved in one that's no longer in existence, and it was spiritually Christ based, and it was done at church, but that's where I got most of my uh, experience speaking in front of people.
Okay. What was the name of it, if you don't mind me asking?
Reformers Unanimous.
Okay. I was in one called Overcomers,
Yeah,
which was in the
they were
90s.
similar, very similar.
Yeah. Yeah. And that was in the mid 90s.
Yeah, and Celebrate Recovery is another good one.
Yeah. I
Yep.
remember that
Celebrate
one.
Recovery is very, very good.
Right on.
Yeah,
I like
but
the name.
I needed
Mara.
a meeting today.
What now?
Mara
I
is
needed
another
a
one.
meeting.
Good. I did too.
Me three.
So this is good. Well, is there anything in particular that you need a meeting for, or need to talk about, or want us to talk about, or
Just being in my head about my physical condition. I
okay?
mean, I have a wire that goes into me from battery. I'm plugged up to the wall right now, actually,
Oh,
but
so you're the bionic man.
Whew.
It is sometimes it feels like I'm so trapped by all this stuff, and
I understand.
I've been taking streetwalker baths for 3 years
Oh.
because
Oh
you can't
wow.
get into. Yeah, I mean, and you know, I don't.
Oh
I'm never out of touch with my hygiene or anything, but it's just a hassle.
yeah. That is intense.
So you can't take a full shower because of it.
Right.
Wow. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, that
Why
would
you're
be quite the electrical jolt if you got that wet.
Well, yeah. Here, I don't know if you can see this. Um, can you see? Oh, oh, no, my shirt fell down. There we go. That's a wire going into my stomach up to the heart pump
Oh
that I
my
have.
God.
oh
That is
So,
intense.
gosh.
That
yeah.
is
Have you had that?
intense.
Pardon me?
How long have you had that?
3 years.
Really? And is that a permanent thing, or is that a
No,
temporary thing?
it's a bridge to heart transplant.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
that is the next intended step.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
You had said that before.
Well, I wasn't joking. I'd give you my heart if we could find a doctor to do it. But
I know. Remember you saying that. You know,
you
it's
find a doctor that's willing to do it, buddy. It's all yours. You can
what's your
have her.
blood type, and I'll tell you.
Oh, positive.
We can do it. I have A negative, and I can do O positive, and A positive.
There you go.
I heard I feel like it was within the last year that they have been experimenting with, for lack of a less crude term, pig hearts.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
And
they've actually
The people ask about
haven't
a
they been testing that since like the late 80s to see if it would work? I know
Yeah,
they've been doing lots and lots
they're
and
they're
lots of studies on it.
they're up to about 4 months, I think, of people living on those, and then there's the
okay.
complete artificial ones, which
Okay.
are about the same. So
Okay.
you
Okay.
know, then you want to unbox a whole nother set of emotions about somebody having to be dying in order for you to live.
Right. Yeah.
You know, I don't
That
even know how I'm going to deal with that.
That is a
that's
lot.
the one comfort I take in being an organ donor is, you know what? If
Same.
I'm going to help somebody after I'm gone,
If
then
I've
I'm
got
better
it,
for
you
it.
can use it. Take it.
That's right.
Exactly.
I have a
Exactly.
my license, so yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. No, we've got a big thing signed at the hospital. I'm only allowed to go because Henry Ford Hospital in Detroit put this in. I have to go to Henry Ford Hospital for everything, like to get a tooth removed.
Oh,
If I'm going under anesthesia or sedation, I
okay.
have to have somebody from each of those. Each of my I have like 4 heart teams, and I have to have somebody from each one of the teams there during every one of my procedures. So I can't even go to the. I go to the local emergency here, and then they ship me by ambulance down to Henry Ford. I'm
Yep.
in about an hour north of Detroit.
Okay. My God, that is a lot, Steve.
That's why I said I was in my head a little bit today.
Absolutely.
I can certainly understand why.
Sure. 100%. Well, is there anything that we can do to help you with that, do you think?
Talking about it helps.
Good.
I don't like to talk about it,
Yeah.
but once I do, then I'm okay.
Okay. Anytime you need to talk about it, I cannot see myself not wanting to listen.
Right. Right. And I've
Me
got,
too.
like Candy said, I've got Karen,
Yeah.
and I've got Flaming Jackson too. So
You got me.
yeah, well, I got
Glad you
Candy
have
here.
me.
Yeah, and I meant on the where I'm actually texting and talking to them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'll send you guys whatever to get linked up with me.
Okay. All right, and I'll make
I
sure you
think
have.
you and I are already friends on Facebook, Steve. I
I
think I
think so.
sent you a request.
I think you did.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I think I called you Sweet Girl, and you said you liked it. Candy, sweet.
Smile.
It was too easy.
So
I'm Reese's cotton candy sweet pea. So
that's a mouthful.
Cotton
Literally, even.
candy grosses me out.
Really? I love it.
Yes. Ugh.
all it is spun and sugar
Yeah.
and air.
Sponge.
Yeah, I know, but well,
I know.
first
I
of all,
made the mistake of getting my daughter a cotton candy maker when she was little. I'll
Ooh,
never do that again.
oh no.
if I had that much sugar, I'd probably go into AFib.
You probably would.
You and me both, man.
Probably would.
I haven't had sugar in like 8 years. I haven't had coffee in 8 years. I haven't had, uh,
Wow.
yeah. Well, I've had coffee. I just haven't had caffeine.
Okay.
But
Oh yeah, because of your heart, right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. That's a lot to keep up with and a lot to deal with.
My wife is an angel.
Right on.
She is a mama grizzly with cubs, and I
There
just
you
have to
go.
be one of her cubs.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm the same way. You mess with me and mine, you're gonna find out I'm not such a sweet girl after all.
Yeah, I don't like to
I
talk like this too much, but F around and find out.
exactly. I'm a mama times 4. Please F around and find out. Please.
I love it. I love it. Everybody should have at least one person like that in their corner.
I wish I had a picture I could show you guys of me what I look like at 400 pounds. I look like I've got little planets orbiting me.
I wish you did too. Aw. Yeah. Well, what do you guys think? You feel like we've had a meeting?
I
I've
do.
had a meeting.
I do too. I do too.
Gosh, I feel so
I
much
love
better.
doing this.
I'm so glad
I'm
you
going to do this again. This is cool.
Right on. Yeah.
This is the first time I've ever done anything like this.
Well, this is amazing. I'm loving having you here. I'm loving
Yeah,
having both of you guys here. It's so good.
I had no idea how easy it was, or I wouldn't have been so freaked out about going on the other show.
Yeah, and I don't know anything about the other streaming services. I just
They're
couldn't
on Restream too.
for me. So
Oh, thank God. That seems to be the easiest one so far. I've been
Yeah.
fighting with Streamlabs all day. Still have not got the verification email I've been waiting for, Carol. That I told you about this morning?
it took me several days with Restream, but it was weeks with StreamYard, and I was getting nowhere. Just how it worked out for me.
Well, I'm really glad that you brought up the smart thing, because it's the no judgment part.
Yes.
I really experienced a lot of judgment when I was 400 pounds,
Sure.
and the one those rooms are the most honest rooms you'll ever be in.
True.
Because everybody knows why they're there and everybody wants help.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. You know, I mean,
And you can't help people by being judgmental. Let's just put that there.
No,
Absolutely not. And it's therapeutic to put focus your attention and your energy on somebody else.
it is. It absolutely is. You know, I loved, how, somebody who was new, either a newcomer or just was recently in a lapse or whatever. And I just loved how the whole room just came around him, supported him. It was
I am
beautiful.
totally familiar with that with the program I used to be
Yeah.
in.
Yeah. I love that.
It's hey, you don't love the sin, but you love the sinner. That is a church way of saying it.
Mhm.
Love
never understood that even in church.
addict, don't
Oh.
love and hate the addiction.
Forgive the sinner, not the sin.
Either
Yeah.
though. That's one I never could wrap my head around, because sometimes as a human being, it's hard to separate the two. So you can't, how can you really honestly say you actually love the person when you are hating their behavior? Because you're going to react the strongest to their behavior.
Yeah, that's true. But you have to be somebody like in your position, or like these trained counselors at Smart or whatever. You can divide the two, and you can separate them.
Sure.
I've
Okay.
been doing it a long time.
That a little more, because that's one of the things I had trouble with. There's a lot of Christianisms that I have had trouble with.
A lot of people have.
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's things that just don't make sense to me.
Makes sense. Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
I'll find out when I get there, but right now I guess I don't need to know.
Yeah.
I said the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like, if we were meant to know, we would know at some point.
That's right. That's right.
And I don't know why that is, but it is. So, and
I didn't mean to get heavy. I'm sorry.
You're
fine.
good. You're good.
Heavy. It's like, I love, there's not a topic that's off limits here.
Right.
There's just not. That's a rule that I made at the
Mm-hmm.
go, because a lot of times that's where our struggles are, is what, even if it's political, even if it's religious, at some point we have to learn how to be able to converse around these things again.
Yeah, because we are completely divided on every single thing.
Mm-hmm.
There has never been a more divisive time in the history of mankind than the United States right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And so somebody has to open the door to the olive branch being extended. And that, I feel like somebody needs to do that. And I feel like, okay, if somebody needs to do that and I'm doing this, then I'm going to do that.
I feel like the older I get, the more toward the middle I'm drifting anyway.
Me same. I don't even know what I am anymore, politically or otherwise.
I don't vote for people. I vote for policies.
That's
and
right.
I don't vote with my wallet either.
Yeah.
Me neither.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm hoping that everybody will kind of get used to that idea, because there is a way to broach these subjects that allows us to still stay in our hearts.
Right. In a meaningful way. It doesn't have to turn into debate all the time.
No.
It invariably does right now, but it doesn't have to.
It doesn't have to. And I don't have the answers as to how to broach that, but I feel like I need to try.
I think we all have the answers. We just gotta suck it up and put our egos in check.
Have the conversations.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, have the easy conversations, but you gotta have those hard ones too.
Absolutely.
So what do you guys think? My wife is trying to get me to start a channel.
I think you should do it.
I say do it, and we'll
I
help you.
vote with your wife.
Okay.
And we'll
Motion carried.
Anything-
Political item number 1 discussed and filed.
Yeah.
Where's my gavel? It is so.
Make it so, like Picard says.
You guys, I am so glad I got on here with you today. This has been a riot.
It's been good. I do
You
so.
never know what you're going to get out of me. I'll tell you that much.
I'm not a monologuist. If it's not a word, it is now.
It's a word because I say it's a word because Carol made it up. So therefore it is.
I'm a conversationalist. I always
I've-
have and always will be.
I've forgotten it, but I'm
I
14
hate talking
sober.
to a camera because I'm always looking in the wrong spot.
I'm 14 years sober, and I used to have that Budweiser label memorized. That's how.
The what?
There's that little blurb they put on the Budweiser can in the. It's kind of like on a banner. It says, "We offer the best product of taste," and blah 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 blah. I used to know what it was. I don't know anymore.
Yeah, I wasn't a Budweiser drinker when I was drinking.
If it was liquid, I was drinking it.
Oddly enough, I liked Rolling Rock some. I liked Heineken some.
Yep, I'm a green beer fan too.
Yeah.
Well, not anymore, but back when I was drinking, that's what I went to first. Green beer.
That makes me just.
I can really get you. I love Guinness. I still cook with it.
Barf me right. No, you know what?
You know how you're not the first person that's. I'm Irish.
It's
I'm
the
Irish.
foam.
I'm
It's the
Irish.
foam with Guinness. It's not the actual beer. It's the foam that bugs me out.
Okay.
It's excellent though in cooking. Maybe not so great for drinking if you don't like something heavy.
Yeah.
But my God, the flavor it gives for. Because I make what I call a drunken chicken, and it's just amazing.
And all the alcohol burns off when you cook it
Yep.
anyway.
Yeah. Yep. You know, I never have really tried that myself. I've been a little afraid to try it, you know, especially not being in any kind of recovery situation.
Yeah.
You know.
I generally don't have triggers. You know what my biggest trigger is just being out on a car ride in the summertime and driving past like a 4th of July party and everybody's got their beer cozy and, you know, they're playing cornhole or frisbee or whatever. And I'm like, man, that looks like so much fun. But remember, once you have one, you're off to the races.
Yep. One too many and 1,000 never enough.
Correct.
Yeah. Woo. Well, we've gone around the world in 80 days.
Yes, we
I think
have.
so.
Almost 80 minutes.
I
We've been on an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so we have. Cool.
All right. I'm going to let you guys go.
Well, stay with us while we pray. I like to
Absolutely.
I love to do a moment of silence for the person who's still suffering in their addiction and also in recovery, because that's a real thing too. And also those we've loved and lost, and then followed by the serenity prayer.
That's fine.
God, grant me the serenity, to accept
the things I cannot change,
courage to change
things I can,
and wisdom
to know the difference.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you, Steve, for joining us.
Oh, gosh.
We'll have to do it again.
Great.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. I'll see you guys.
And I will see you in the morning, Steve.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
You guys. Peace, y'all. When I say the peace, y'all thing, you know it's over.